Good morning, lovely folks of YouTube. It's Ren here. I wanted to give just a really brief update. I haven't made any videos recently, and I just wanted to explain why, because I do feel like I'm accountable to you, at least a little bit. Well, here's part of the reason why. There's a lot of mosquitoes out in my yard right now. It's not because of the pond. The fish in the pond are keeping that under control. We've just had so much rain that the creek near my house is just putting out loads of mosquitoes, so that's real fun. It's discouraging me from being outside. The other thing that's discouraging me from being outside, and this happens every time around this time of year, is just so dang hot. It didn't used to be a problem until just a few years ago. I was diagnosed with a medical condition, and part of that condition is I have a hard time regulating my electrolytes. So sweating profusely can actually make me ill, which is a detriment when you live in the South. So it makes things a challenge. I have very limited small windows of time in which I can actually do stuff outside before it gets too dang hot and I get sick. So, there's a lot of stuff been going on in the world, of course. Everyone knows about it. Just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I absolutely 100% believe that Black Lives Matter. I haven't been able to get out and actually do things like protest and stuff like that. Obviously, with my health condition, I am immunocompromised, and coronavirus is still a thing, so it doesn't help that things have really picked up at work as well, because coronavirus is still a thing, and I work in healthcare, so, but I want to let you know that I absolutely 100% stand behind all of you who are joining the protests. Let you know that I am behind you. And also just wanted to mention, I think this is an interesting little tidbit. I don't do much astrology work. I really just kind of know dribs and drabs, and mostly because of where it ties into herbalism, herbology, because a lot of the correspondences and actions that we have of herbs are based on the astrological influences that govern those herbs. So if you really want to dive deep into your arcane herbal knowledge, you kind of have to know some astrology in order to be able to make sense of it, okay? So I know a little bit of astrology. I don't read birth charts or anything like that, but I at least know about the planets in a general way and what their general actions are. I think it's interesting that since March, we've had 6 planets go retrograde. And one of those planets that just went retrograde in April was Pluto. Pluto doesn't go retrograde very often. Pluto is a planet that moves so slowly that it really governs more generational changes. It takes like 25 to 30 years for it to move through one sign. So it's a long-reaching planet. And for Pluto to go retrograde at this time is very interesting. It's from, I think, April 25th until like the beginning of October is when Pluto's going to be retrograde. So it's right now. And Pluto is one of those planets that governs things like change and transformation, in particular transformation through destruction of old things. So to be seeing all these changes and transformations and the calls for destructions of old ways of thinking right at the time that Pluto is retrograde is just a really interesting thing to me. So I'd imagine that this will continue well until October, just based on that. Just wanted to throw that out there, a little tidbit, factoid for you. So anyway, I'm a little scatterbrained. I'm tired. It's been an exhausting 2 weeks. For reasons I don't want to go into, but, well, actually no, there is one reason I want to go into. We have a kitten. We've been fostering a singleton kitten, which I do not recommend normally. If you're going to have kittens, I recommend 2, because that way they entertain each other. With a singleton kitten, the kitten wants you to entertain it at a kitten's energy level, and that's hard. So, but yeah. My daughter's really fallen for this kitten, so we're probably going to be adopting her. We're kind of determining some names for this kitten now. If you have some suggestions for kitten names, we have a trend in our family where we name all of our cats after gods and mythological personages. So Cats that we've had, we currently have Odin and Persephone. Freya was my cat that passed away in December, and we've also had a cat named Suzaku in the past. And then other cats, we've had Bastet, Nefertiti, Ptolemy, Akhenaten. I think that's all the ones that I've had. Oh, yeah, that's all the ones that I've had. My parents have had other cats, but they've gone with different naming schemes, so if you have any suggestions for kitten names, we are open to it. I got my new little coffee mug to commemorate. I don't know if you can read that from here. It says one cat short of crazy, so. Anyway, so I will have another video. I've been working on a video throughout these 2 weeks. It's a longer video. I've been doing it piecemeal because that's all I have the time and energy for, but I will have another video coming out soon. I just want to let you know, just to touch base with you and let you know that I haven't disappeared. I've just been exhausted and sweaty. So, anyway, I hope this video finds you well, and I will see you again soon.